Welcome back to the YouTube Influence Challenge. I am so fired up. Hey, if you just happen to be joining the challenge, my name is Sean Cannell. This is Team Think Media, and our passion is helping you with the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video and YouTube. This challenge is all about how to start or grow a high impact or high profit YouTube channel. And we have been smashing through these sessions. So shout me out if you're here live or on the replay. How many sessions have you seen so far? This is session number 4. And today, Heather's actually going to be breaking down some powerful strategies of how to crush fear, get confident on camera, power up your videos. Whether you haven't made a video yet or you actually want to make your current video stronger, you're going to love this session. But have you been to a lot of the sessions yet? Have you been to all 4? Will this be your 4th? Did you miss 1 or 2? Guess what? You can check them out in the videos tab in the Facebook group or the units tab. And we're going to leave those replays up for you until the 20th of May, unless you're in VIP and you get those for life. And so take advantage of every single session. They're all building so we can build some high impact brands and businesses, as well as high impact YouTube channels that are making the difference in the lives of people. Smash like if you're fired up for this session. I've got some more news for you in a second, but today I'm joined by the incontrovertible Melissa Caputo, who is Tinkerbell, the giveaway fairy. And she's got, I think, 2 different giveaways to be doing right now. So get ready, lean in, and Melissa, take it away.
Yes, that's right. We do have 2 giveaways for today. And so if you want to be entered to win the vidIQ 6 months free of the Boost plan, we're doing another one of these subscriptions. You're going to get 6 months free of the Boost plan on vidIQ. We've been talking about vidIQ quite a lot. We talked about it on the last session. Tony's given us a couple tips on it. And so we just want to be able to gift you guys with a free subscription of 6 months. This is sponsored by vidIQ. They're giving us this to pass off to you guys. So we're really grateful for that. If you want to be entered to win, put your aha moment from today in the chat. So what is one thing that you've gotten out of today? What was the most inspiring thing or just the biggest unlock? What was your aha moment from today? Put in the chat. I'm going to be picking from people who put their aha moments for winning the vidIQ. I actually already have a winner for our second prize. Our second prize is the $100 Rev voucher. So I picked somebody from our VIP group to win this prize. And this person has been super active, super encouraging, and just commenting on other people's posts and being really involved. So Jennifer Crowther, if you are here, speak up in the comments. Jennifer Crowther, if you're here, I want to give you a $100 Rev voucher. And if you're not sure what rev.com is, don't worry. Just go to rev.com. It has a lot of different features on it, but as I said, we use it every single day here at Think Media to put captions on our videos. It's a really powerful tool. We'll talk more about it a little bit later, but in the comments, let me know your one aha. And Jennifer Crowther, if you're here, let me know in the comments.
Hey, Sean, I think you're muted.
All right. So
while
we're waiting for Jennifer, I want to just show you something really cool here with vidIQ. And that is this really cool window on the right side when you're uploading your videos. I'm inside of the YouTube studio. This is a video that's not released yet. And it's a little window that helps you optimize your videos so that they have the highest chance of ranking. So it does a tag count, you keywords and title, and your goal is to get this to green. But then check this out. There's a little checklist. And it'll say, hey, make sure you put a card on your video. Make sure you have an end screen on your video. Did you do closed captions? Mel's doing the Rev giveaway, right? That's what Rev does, is those closed captions manual to help you with ranking your videos. Is monetization uploaded? So all of that's inside of vidIQ, right? And so we encourage you, if you haven't gone to vidiq.com/think, you're going to want to get at least the free version. And there's a couple different plans where you could get access to the keyword tool. And one of the other things that I love about this is eventually vidIQ starts to kind of study your channel, and it'll give you the best time to post per day, as Tony showed us, but it'll also give you what other channels people that are subscribed to you are watching, so you can actually get ideas from trending videos and trending channels, or like what your viewers would want to watch to inspire you on future content to make. So there's so many powerful tools. Again, if you let me know if you've been using vidIQ, and that's at vidIQ.com/think. And Mel, what do we know so far?
Yes. Okay. So we have our winner for the 6-month free boost plan on vidIQ. And our winner is, drum roll, just on by myself because I'm the only one on screen. It is Keisha Garcia. Keisha Garcia, if you are here, hype her up. And Keisha Garcia, comment in the chat. Let's all hype up Keisha.
Yes, yes. Awesome, awesome. Well, hey, we're going to get ready for today's session. But before we go forward, let's also take a step back. Tell us down below still that what your aha moment is, because let's think about what we've been through. We've been going through in our morning sessions these 7 R's of YouTube influence, right? And on day 1, we talked about reverse engineer. You want to start with the end in mind, start with why, start with what is your videos about, your channel is about, think things through, and then follow through. And this morning we were talking all about research before you press record. But we also did some sessions on getting clear on your niche, and let us know, maybe you've pivoted your niche. Maybe you've thought, maybe there's actually a better intersection of my passion, my profit, my proficiency that could lead me into what videos I should be creating. And there could be a pivot there. It makes me think, like, some people in this community are still kind of maybe doubting yourself a little bit on, man, do I have anything to give, or what could I make a YouTube channel about? And I think about some of my friends who are like into sports. Sports is a major niche on YouTube. And if you like know all the stats about sports, clearly you obviously see a block here for me. If you know like the players' names, the stats, the details, the things, like, you have an opportunity to really go deep in that particular area. Or if you're like, I'm absolutely obsessed with like certain types of TV shows, I know everything about them, I know behind the scenes of those celebrities, I know all the different things. Like, those are some of like the niches on YouTube that really blow up. So you might want to think a little bit different. Not every channel has to be like a talking head personal brand channel, or you like necessarily giving advice. There's people who have made channels like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Walker Stalker Con. It's a Walking Dead movement where all they did was talk about the show. It started a podcast. Eventually, this whole movement gathered because they were just fans, and they stood up and they just were a leader of a tribe that already existed. Remember, in some of the resources we've been sending you, Seth Godin Tribes, get that book, get that audiobook, because there are so many different opportunities in abundance in the YouTube world. But when it does come to YouTube, you've got to actually create videos. The secret to success on YouTube is posting videos on YouTube. Can you imagine? Like, you're like, okay, is that what I signed up for this challenge for? But no, for real. And making videos can be intimidating no matter what kind of videos you want to make. So I'm so excited for today's session, because you've already heard from her, Heather Torres, in some of the Q&A. You've seen her, entering and exiting sessions, but you probably don't know really who she is. And so just a few things about her. She is a digital marketing strategist. She has led social media for Washington State Parks. She has been doing social media and online marketing for years. Clients pay her thousands of dollars for personal one-on-one consulting, and we get her for free teaching us today in the YouTube Influence Challenge. She's a content creator on her own channel, but mostly she's most active today on our Think Marketing show, which she runs every single week, our podcast, a video podcast. She's a content creator. She has a video out today. Like, if you want to talk about making content in the midst of a challenge, right? In the midst of doing this, today she dropped a video with 5 live streaming tips over on Think Media. And on top of that, she's a wife, a mother with 3 kids. And she's just an entrepreneur that has a passion for helping people, but is really powerful in helping us get personal breakthroughs, and one of the smartest, really, content creators, leaders, entrepreneurs that I know. She's a clarity coach. She helps people get breakthrough, figure out their thing, and really kind of unclog limiting beliefs and destroy what's holding them back. So I'm so excited for the session today. And I want to encourage you, shut out You know, I know that sometimes it's easy to multitask and, you know, watch Netflix and the challenge at the same time, but shut everything down. Like, let's lean into this challenge. Get your journal ready. Come on, get your pens ready. If you want to tag her on social media, Miss Heather Torres, and use the hashtag Grow with Video, take a picture of your battle station and tag us, you know, your setup. I saw people around fire pits. I saw people, you know, that were watching on laptops. I've seen so many of your battle stations, and on my stories, I've been tagging you and trying to shout out and connect with some of you in the DMs. Send you a little prayer emoji or a fist, you know, emoji. I'm connecting with you, but share this one, because I really believe that this is going to be the best session we've had so far. So lean in, get ready, hit the like button if you're fired up, and let's welcome Heather Torres to the YouTube Influence Challenge for this next session.
Wow. Well, I am fired up and ready. I'm seeing the chat right now, and it's just amazing to see all these people coming in right now. You're here. You're ready to dive into what we have in store for you tonight. Have you gotten so much breakthrough already? Well, tonight I'm hoping that this will bring even more breakthrough, because we're going to be diving into so many good things. All right, let's go ahead and add this on here. And a question real quick. I want to know, where are you joining us from? I think it's so amazing to see all of the Think Media community here inside of the YouTube Influence Challenge. And I just want to see, where are you watching from? I know we have an international community, and we wanted to do these evening sessions as well so that our international peeps could be live also. And then make sure you're using that hashtag Grow with Video Live. As Sean said, you can tag me for this session. You can tag me at Miss Heather Torres on social media, and that again is the hashtag Grow with Video Live. Yes, that is a picture of me and my husband. We did get married in Las Vegas, not by Elvis, but it was on a elopement weekend 14 years ago. So yes, that is a picture of us. And then my kids with my cute little puppy. But let's just session recap real quick. We've done session 1, which was to start with the end in mind. Session 2, nailing your niche and how to make a high impact and high profit channel. Man, those sessions yesterday were fire. And then we also have session 3 that Sean did today, which was the secret to getting discovered and getting massive views on YouTube. And today we are going to be talking about powerful tips for creating videos that connect with people and how to build confidence on camera. Now, here's the thing. In this session, we're going to be learning the biggest mistakes creators make when filming, the 3 enemies that are holding you back from making your best videos, and also tips for overcoming fear to getting started. So I just want to put a disclaimer out before we even really get into the session. And here's the disclaimer. I never thought I would be on camera. I never thought that I'd be doing this right now. I never thought I'd be talking to thousands of people from my home office with a webcam and a microphone. I did not think that was going to happen. I have been a mom now for, let's see, going on 12 years. And this is pretty much what my life used to look like. I ran around. Let me know if you're a parent. You'll understand why I look horrible in this photo, because I was so tired. I had 2 kids under the age of 3, and I was running a business. And this is what it looked like a lot of the times. It was my little ones around at my feet while I was at my desk. And throughout my journey, I really got into coaching and teaching when I got into the fitness profession. I was a pre and postnatal fitness instructor with a company called Fit for Mom. And I really got to serve alongside other fitness instructors who were passionate about helping new mamas. It's a huge passion of mine to be able to create a village of women that are building up kids together. I'm passionate about the next generation, and I loved being able to serve in this community. And that's really kind of where I got my feet wet when it came to actually coaching and training, putting lessons together, understanding what that even looks like. And along my journey, like Sean said, I've also done, I've been a digital content creator for the last decade. I've worked with Facebook, and I had my own agency, and being able to help people understand the organic and paid traffic online. But here's the thing. I knew that the future belonged to those who learned more skills and combined them in creative ways. So while I was great, I think, at being able to understand the behind the scenes, I knew that my next step was actually getting in front of the camera. It was doing this. It was actually getting in front of the camera so that my message could grow faster. And I didn't know how to do that. I was lost. I was looking on YouTube. I was trying to find out, how do I do this? I was scared, honestly. And so I was using knowledge as kind of my, as kind of the way that I was keeping myself from actually getting started. And through such a great connection, I met the guy you know today, Sean Cannell. This is us back in 2015. We were creating the first digital course here at Think Media called Video Ranking Academy. And there I am behind the scenes still, which was where I loved to be. But I was learning. I was interning. I was figuring out, how did he do what he was doing? Because he came with 10 years of experience already when I got connected with him. And I wanted to know, how do I do this whole thing? How do I get on camera? I wasn't necessarily worried too much about, would I figure out YouTube? I was really worried about being in front of the camera. Let me know if you've struggled with this before. If you feel like maybe that's what's holding you back, is actually getting in front of the camera and talking to the lens. And throughout our time here at Think Media, I've learned so much from Omar El Takori, who is another lead content creator here at Think Media, and Sean, and just understanding from being behind the scenes, how can you gain confidence and be great on camera? How can you connect with your audience on a wider scale by understanding the fundamentals, understanding the fundamentals. That's a weird word. Understanding those fundamentals of video. And so I want to share with you first the 7 biggest mistakes creators make when filming. Drop in the comment right now if you're fired up. Give me the fire emoji. I want to see that fire emoji coming through, because we're about to give you 7 things you can fix on your next video. And just to give you a little preview of what's happening tomorrow, you may be applying these 7 things tomorrow. So here we go. 7 big mistakes. Am I seeing the fire emojis? There we go. I'm seeing them. The fire emojis are starting to come through. All right. So the 7 big mistakes. The 7 big mistakes. Number 1, not being prepared. Hello. Yes. When you jump on camera, you need to be prepared. It is critical that if you're going to be delivering value to someone, that you think it through. Sean says, think things through, then follow through. The first thing you should be doing is making sure that you are prepared. When we're coaching creators and we watch their videos, we'll look at them and think, did they even prepare for this? Or did they literally just flip on the camera and just go and start talking? Now, I understand that if you've never created video before, that can feel like pretty overwhelming, right? Oh my gosh, I have to prepare to do this video and all these things. But for me, preparation actually builds my confidence. I prepped for this talk today. I prepped for this. I knew what I was going to say. I walked through it a few times. I read it in front of my mirror so I could see what would I look like, because I can't see myself right now. You see me. I'm looking at you. You're looking at me. And so I prepared. I walked through, what were my steps going to be? How many points was I going to make on this talk? And so you want to make sure you're prepared. So step number 1, you need to be prepared. And we're going to help you with that on tomorrow's lesson on how to record videos that get views. All right. So number 2, not looking at the camera. Let me know in the chat, have you had this happen before where you record an entire video and then you're in the editing phase and you're like, why are my eyes not even looking at the camera? Well, when you're filming by yourself, if you are using your smartphone, you're using your smartphone. Let me get over here. When you're using your smartphone and you're filming yourself, if you're looking at the lens, that's a good thing. If you are looking at yourself, a lot of times people will look at themselves when they're recording in their camera. They'll look at what they look like, but that's not actually where it is. It's actually the little tiny dot. This happens a lot too if you're recording by yourself with a DSLR. I have one back there. I could grab it. I won't, but it has a flip out screen. When you're looking at the screen, you're not actually looking at the camera. And so a big mistake that we see creators make is they'll look above the camera, they'll look below the camera, they'll look to the side, they'll look somewhere else. But here's what I want you to practice. I want you to practice looking in the person's eyes. Remember when your parents told you that when you were little? Shake their hands and look them in the eyes. I know I tell my kids that now. That's what I want you to continue doing when you're on camera. I want you to look at that eye, that little round lens, right? Maybe you're looking at a big lens, but either way, you want to look through the lens. And you want to just connect. I am imagining one person right now. If I look at the number of how many people are actually watching this stream, it'd probably make me hyperventilate, because I'm still learning how to get in front of crowds and talk in front of people on a larger scale. And so right now I have one person in my mind and I'm connecting with her through the lens. So the second biggest mistake is not looking at the camera. It's huge. So next time you film yourself, make sure you actually look through the lens. All right. Number 3 is being long-winded. Being long-winded when you are creating content doesn't allow for people to be able to connect with the actual point you're trying to make. So here's what you do. When you are beginning on camera, or a way to make yourself better on camera is to figure out how to speak in sound bites. And sound bites go from different afflictions in your voice. So if you'll notice what I'm talking now, probably for the rest of this talk, you're going to notice that I don't actually stay in one tone. I go up, I come down, I pause, I give an ending, right? There's an arc to the way that you speak. And so a lot of times what can happen is people will just be long-winded and they'll go on and on and on and on. And you're like, what was the point they were trying to make? Well, when you speak in sound bites and you speak with affliction in your voice and you speak with different tones in your voice, it allows people to actually follow through the story. So rather than speaking long-winded, I want you to try and cut down the fluff, cut out the fluff, and just give the point. You can teach through it. You can talk through it just like I'm doing. But at some point, you need to just cut it off and move on to the next point. All right, so now for the rest of the talk, you're going to notice that I'm doing this. So don't let that get in your mind. Move forward, okay? Number 4 is not starting and ending with a smile. Now, guys, I know this can be hard. Gentlemen in the audience, I know that smiles aren't necessarily like the manly thing to do, but when you are in editing, when you're in post-production of your video, whether you're editing it or you're sending it to an editor, it helps so much when you know that there's a beginning and an end to a point or a concept. And the way to do this on camera when you're actually filming your content, not necessarily when you're live like this, I still do it when I am live and I'll tell you that trick, but when you're filming yourself for your videos, it's great to start with a smile and then say what you want to say and end with a smile. And the reason for that is because when you connect those points in a jump cut later on in your editing, it gives it a fresh start to the next point. Now, when I'm doing live streaming, because I know we want to repurpose this content, I am also thinking, this is for the advance. I'm also thinking I want to smile at the end of my points, because when we make this into a micro piece of content for, say, Instagram, or I want to put it on my LinkedIn, I want to have a point where I actually stop talking and I want to smile at the end, because a smile just shows that you're genuine. A smile shows that you want to, that you're happy, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's really important when you're a creator to remember to show joy in your face. You want to show that. You want it to come through the lens. You know, you see people like that, like Sean. When Sean's teaching now, he's coming through the lens, and that's what you want to be able to see. All right, number 5, having a distracting background. Here's a huge mistake you could be making right now when you're filming, is having a distracting background. Now, if you see my background, you cannot see the rest of my house right now, which is a total mess because I'm in challenge mode. P.S. I've not cleaned my house. My dishes are not done. So if you're thinking you need to be perfect and also film videos, I am letting you know right now you are off the hook. So what you want to make sure you do is when you are doing your background, you want to make sure that the distracting background is not, you want to make sure your background is clean, because when someone's watching your video, they're looking all around, they're looking everywhere. And so you want to make sure that you have things, I'm just using my hands now. You want to make sure that you have things that are not distracting, that either emphasize what you want to do or give little key points of who you are. For me, I'm a homeschool mom. I love reading. I was challenged with reading when I was younger, and I love reading now. And so you'll see that around me. I love plants. I love nature. And so you'll see that around me. I love the color white and tan. You'll see that around me. So you'll pick up different things about who I am based on what you're seeing in the background. And so I would love to say that the biggest one of the mistakes that people make is that they have distracting backgrounds. So like Sean's first video that you saw, make sure that you actually put the sheet all the way up. Make sure that you just take some extra time to see what does your background look like. All right, number 6. Number 6 is not doing a test first. Not doing a test first. This is a big mistake. When you set up your shot, when you are in the filming process, make sure to take a test, take the memory card out, go to your computer, plug it in, plug the memory card in so you can see and hear what it sounds like. This will save you so much time because most of the time when you do your first test, you'll find out, oh yeah, look, I left that piece of luggage there. Or, oh yeah, oh man, I need to turn my microphone up. You'll be able to see and hear that you need to change your shot rather than going through an entire video. And I've done this. I've made an entire video blurry before. And I thought, well, now I got to do that again because I didn't take the memory card out and go and see what did it look like. So that's tip number 6 for you. And then number 7 is filming one video at a time. Only filming one video at a time. Now, on our challenge, we're going to ask you to film a video. And it's okay if you only film one video this time, but when you're moving forward, one of the hacks for being able to get more content out is actually producing your content in batches. And we have a video that we can share with you in the chat all about how to do a batch production shoot, meaning you film more than one video at a time. So that means that you need to be prepared for more than one video at a time. That means that you need to make sure that you have all of your gear ready. That means that you'll be able to get the filming done. If you're going to get dressed, if you're going to put on your makeup, if you're going to make the lighting happen, if you're going to do all those things, why just shoot one video when you could shoot 2? Why shoot 2 videos when you could shoot 3? And why shoot 3 videos when you could shoot 4? So if you're just starting out, I don't want you to get too overwhelmed with the idea of batch shooting. But if you're already creating content, I'm going to encourage you, create more than one video at a time. And here's a power tip for you. Power tip, this is a simple one, but most people miss it. Make a filming day checklist. Make a filming day checklist. Make sure you have all 7 of these things on your filming day checklist so you can be reminded every time you're making videos. All right. And here is a bonus tip for you. Here's a bonus tip for you. And if you're sitting, okay, we're all sitting down right now, but we are here at Think Media. You might be standing and walking on your treadmill. I don't know what you're doing right now, but here is what you need when you are on camera. When you are on camera, here's one of the biggest mistakes people miss. Energy, energy, energy. You have to have energy when you're on camera. It doesn't matter if you're vlogging or if you're sitting down and teaching or you are recording a course. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You need to have twice the amount of energy that you normally have when you're on camera. Why? Because regular, normal talking, regular, normal attitude and tone and energy levels actually don't translate well on camera. So right now, I'm putting out a lot of energy. I am emphasizing my words. I'm making myself feel more energetic. And so a big power tip is when you are filming, put more energy forth. A lot of times people will look at our videos now, they'll look at Sean Cannell now, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you've made such a transformation. And while he has, one of the biggest distinctions that they cannot even understand that they're seeing is that in that first video, he said, I'm not going to be energetic or entertaining. And now he's energetic and entertaining. Energy brings up the level in your content. How do you get more views? You make great content. But how do you translate that? You give more energy. But what if you're still struggling? What if you're still struggling? What if you're like, yeah, Heather, okay, great. That makes a lot of sense. I get that. Okay, I need to make a plan. Of course, I need to look at the camera. Great, got it. Done, done, done. Check, 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 check. What if you're not starting? What if you're still not there? What if something is holding you back and you just can't put your finger on it? Well, here's what I believe. I believe, oops, let me go back here. Let me go back here. There we go. I believe that you have one of these 3 enemies still. The 3 enemies that are holding you back from making your best videos. Now, this is a picture of Melissa, Heather, and Kyle. We are not your enemies, just so you know that. We are your friends. We are here. We are friendly. I just needed a picture with 3 of us on it, and that was the best one. So I'm gonna share with you the 3 enemies, and I need you to lean in because this is big. What I'm about to share with you is big. And the reason I'm sharing it with you is because these are the 3 biggest things that held me back from creating content, from actually getting in front of the camera for 3 years. I could have been doing this 3 years before. I could have been making videos. I could have been making content. I could have been figuring it out on YouTube, but I didn't. And I let so many years pass by without my message going out into the world because I had these three enemies holding me back. And I want to ask you, are these three enemies holding you back? Do you feel as I walk through these that this is actually the reason you haven't started? Now, we ask all the time, why aren't you starting? What is, and oh, I don't know how to get more views. I don't know how to do YouTube. But I want to challenge you that these three enemies that I'm about to share with you, these might be the actual reasons you haven't started. And like I said, for me, it was, I believe that my mess is my message. And so I'm being vulnerable. I'm sharing with you that I still struggle with these every single day. I'm still struggling, but I'm walking through it and I'm going to share it with you. So enemy number one, perfectionism. Enemy number one, perfectionism. Write that down. Insecurity's best cover is perfectionism. That's where it becomes an art form. That's where it becomes an art form when really the thing holding you back is that it must be perfect. Here's the thing. Our friend Angelique says, perfect is a lie. Ready, it's a lie. It's never going to be ready. It's never going to be perfect. So you have to get through that enemy. You have to get over that fear because it will not be great. Every single time I go on film, every single time I go on camera, something is wrong. Whether it's my hair was out of place, whether it's the background wasn't exactly right, whether I fumbled over my words, whether I didn't smile, whether I was having a bad day that day and I was trying to make myself have a ton of energy. It doesn't matter what it is. It will never be perfect. Perfect is a lie. It will never be perfect. And so I want you to think about this. Are you struggling with the all or nothing syndrome? If it's not perfect, I'm not doing it. If it's not the best, I'm not doing it. Because actually, internally, that is what's holding you back. That is the piece that you feel is that needs to be right in order to do it. But here's the thing. It's okay to start messy. It's okay to start messy. It's okay to mess up. It's okay to be blurry. It's okay if you're starting messy. Your first videos are going to be your worst videos. And I'm here to show you my first videos were some of my worst videos. Here I am doing an entire interview blurry. Can you see where my eyes are? Not looking at the camera. Yeah, remember that tip? That is Heather right there, starting messy, doing an interview. And guess what? That interview has a couple thousand views on it. And do I care that I'm messy and that it's blurry and that my eyes aren't looking the right way? I mean, it is what it is. I'm moving on, making better content. Here's another one. I'm standing on a box at Omar's house doing one of the first live trainings I'd ever done. Guys, the reason my arms are down like that is because I was sweating so bad. I was so nervous that I was like, if I move my arms right now, they're going to see my pit stains. Yes, that's what's going to happen if I move my arms. So I did my entire training with my arms like that, with my arms to my side, because I thought they're going to see my pit stains. They're going to know that I'm sweating so bad right now because I'm so nervous. That is starting messy. That is what it feels like. And that's exactly what Mike Quiss, who is part of Video Ranking Academy, that's exactly what he did. Guys, look at him. He's in an old dirty sweater. He grabbed a camera that's like 480i. I don't even know what that means, but that basically means it's like the worst camera you can have. And he just started making videos. Like he literally just grabbed a camera and just started. He was like, I'm going to talk about epoxy. I'm going to talk about what I do. And look at this. 10 million views a month. What? Can you believe that? Like starting messy, like actually just starting messy got him to the point where he now has full financial freedom, where he now has a thriving online business, where now he's able to give back to his community in not just 10,000 or 100,000, but in millions of dollars because of his YouTube channel, because he just let perfectionism fall to the side and just started messy. He grabbed the camera just like I did and started messy. So is enemy number one holding you back? Is perfectionism, is the all or nothing piece holding you back? I want to encourage you this week to make a video. This week is the week that you're going to start messy. It doesn't matter. You don't have a microphone yet. It doesn't matter. You don't have the lighting yet. It doesn't matter. This week, we are starting messy because here's the thing. I know you have a message. I know that people need what you have and you are holding you back. And so this week, we are starting messy. All right. Number two, maybe the enemy that's holding you back, that holds me back, is the lack of confidence. The lack of confidence. Like I said, I never thought in a million years that this is what I would be doing. I thought I was the behind the scenes person. I thought I was going to be the person who was going to champion other people, but that's not the way that God wanted it to work. I needed to be in front of the camera. I needed to be someone who is speaking to other women. I needed to be someone who is speaking my truth and sharing my messy so that it encouraged other people to do the same. So maybe it's the lack of confidence, and maybe this is what you struggle with. Imposter syndrome. Maybe it's imposter syndrome. Maybe you feel like, well, who am I to be doing this? I mean, I'm not educated in this. I mean, I read some books and I like doing this and it's my hobby, but like, there's people that do this so much better than me. Have you thought about that? Is that something that goes through your mind? Have you thought like, I mean, of course there's other people that do this. How can I do this too? Or why would someone pay me that information? It's so obvious. That's a big one. That's a huge one. Imposter syndrome is something that holds so many people back. And here's the thing about imposter syndrome. It looks like this: what I know and what I think other people know versus, look at this. It's all about the same. I mean, when you really think about it, when you really get into it, unless you are like teaching brain surgery, and that is a very highly like skilled thing, you can become an expert in almost anything. Like Sean never went to film school. He's never had a day stepped into an academy where a professor told him how to use a camera. He's learned it through actually doing it. He's learned it through the 10,000 hours of proficiency. He's learned it through trial and error. He's learned it through getting on camera over and over and over. He's learned it through, how do I do editing? He's learned it through answering his own questions and not finding the answers and learning how to do it himself. And this is the thing about imposter syndrome, is it holds us back because we feel like, who am I to be teaching this? We think, why would someone want to listen to me? I mean, when I think about homeschooling, I'm just a homeschooler. Like, I never went to school for education. I actually was so average in school that I thought there's no way I could teach my kids. But then I started really diving into education, like understanding how our minds work and the psychology and the mindset around education, the system and all of the things. I think I've read every single book on homeschooling. I've definitely put in hundreds of hours of research and developing curriculum and understanding like the way children learn and reading my Bible. Like, let's be real. For me, it is digging into God's word and understanding like, what does he say about what I'm supposed to be doing as a parent? And from that knowledge, I've been able to help hundreds of thousands of other homeschool moms. I'm no professional in homeschooling. I'm just a mom who's doing it, who's a little bit more ahead than someone else. But imposter syndrome, it held me back. That's what held me back for over 3 years. That's what held me back. And here's what I want you. You are braver than you believe. You are stronger than you seem. And you're actually smarter than you think. Now, that's not my own quote. I did actually told him how to use a camera. Listen to me. I think God's word for over 3. Now, for over 3, I've been able to help hundreds of thousands of other homeschool moms. I'm no professional in homeschooling. I'm just a mom who's doing it, who's a little bit more ahead than someone else. But imposter syndrome, it held me back. That's what held me back for over 3 years. That's what held me back. And here's what I want you. You are braver than you believe. I think I've read every single book on homeschooling. I've definitely put in hundreds of hours of research and developing curriculum and understanding like the way children learn and reading my Bible. Like, let's be real. For me, it is digging into God's word and understanding like, what does he say about what I'm supposed to be doing as a parent? And from that knowledge, I've been able to help hundreds of thousands of other homeschool moms. I'm no professional in homeschooling. I'm just a mom who's doing it, who's a little bit more ahead than someone else. But imposter syndrome, it held me back. That's what held me back for over 3 years. That's what held me back. And here's what I want you. You are braver than you believe. You are stronger than you seem. And you're actually smarter than you think. Now, that's not my own quote. This is not my quote, but this is something I go back to over and over and over again. You're braver than you believe. You're stronger than you seem. And you are smarter than you think. You can do this. And in order to get over imposter syndrome, I want you to reframe it. I want you to think about these other words. Rather than being an expert in something, why don't you just lead a movement? Why don't you just be a leader? Why don't you just be a best friend who's a few steps ahead? Why not just help someone? Why not just be a helper? Or why not be a guide? Rather than thinking that you need to be an expert in something before you can get started, I want you to reframe it. I want you to be a leader. I want you to be a best friend. I want you to be a helper, or I want you to be a guide. Choosing those words and refocusing who you are and how you are coming at this will really help you get over the lack of confidence to just start messy. Just get going. Just make that video and start helping people. The last one, comparison. Woo! The last one is comparison. And this is the biggest one that has held me back for so long. Comparison. Is this your enemy? Comparison, it's the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of your joy. Let that sink in for a second. Yeah, we're here talking about YouTube. Yes, you want to make videos. Yes, you want to get views and all the things. But at the same time, if you're not even going to get started, if you're not going to go all in on this, maybe it's comparison that's holding you back. Maybe you're worried about what other people are doing. This is the thing. Comparison, it kills your joy and it doesn't let you move forward. Your journey is going to look different than other people's journey. Your path to get there is going to look different. Have mentors, have a community, have people like us here at Think Media with you on your journey, but your road to the top of the mountain will not look the same. It just won't. And so comparing where you are, Jon Acuff says this, comparing your middle to someone else, comparing your beginning to someone else's middle, it'll kill your joy. It'll kill your joy. It'll kill your momentum. Stop comparing what you are doing to what they are doing. Yes. Do I think it's important that you look at your competitors and see what they're doing? Absolutely. That's studying your market, and then turn it off. Yes. Do I think it's great that you follow people on social media? Yes. But at the same time, if you are getting off of social media, if you're getting off of YouTube, if you're studying your competition too long and it's stealing your joy, unfollow. I'm giving you the permission today to unfollow until you are committed to your own journey. Yeah, you're watching theirs. Yes, you're a fly on the wall of their life, but what about yours? What about you actually diving all into yours? You know, one of the things Sean said when he was talking about his vision was that like he had to make a decision as a leader, as a husband. I guarantee he was not scrolling on social media when he made that decision. He blocked it out. He let it go. And he was like, this is what I am committed to. This is how I'm going to make this work. That's what you have to do. Your journey will not be the same as hers. Your journey will not be the same as his. And so you need to step up, go all in, and let comparison go to the wayside. It does not help. Comparing yourself to others does not help. And so I want to help you here today. I want you to know this. I want you to know that if one of these three are your enemies, if something is holding you back like this from either starting and going all in or from actually mastering what you're doing and making YouTube a commitment, you're not alone. You are not alone. You're not alone in this journey. You're not alone in this challenge. You're not alone right now because we're here for you. We're here for you. We are here to help you. We are here to coach you. We are here to lead you. We are here to guide you. We are here to be a part of your journey. You're not alone. But I want you to do something for me right now in the chat. I want you to answer one of these questions. If you felt like this, I need you to put an emoji in your chat. If you felt like any of these things, let me tell you, I'll read them. If you felt like any of these, I want you to put it in the chat, because I want other people from around the world to realize that they're not alone either. YouTube can be isolating. What we're doing can feel isolating, because no one even understands this outside of like our main circle. Like when I tell my parents what I do, they're like, you upload a video on the internet and you get paid to do that? I don't even understand. Wait, Amazon sends you money? Do you work for Amazon? How do you get paid from Amazon, right? It can feel so isolating. And I want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone in this. Have you ever felt like you just don't measure up? Have you ever felt that before? I want that in the chat. Have you ever felt like you just don't measure up? Have you ever felt insecure with what you know? Have you felt like you've been an imposter? Have you felt like, who am I to be teaching this? Have you ever simply just felt like you are not enough? Have you felt like you're not enough? Man, that can hold us back. I want you to know you are enough. You already have greatness inside of you. It's already there. It's ready to come out. I know it. I know it because I've been there. I've felt average and knew that on the inside, I was bursting with so much. You are enough. You are enough. I felt like I just need to say that one more time because you need to hear it. You're already ready for this. We can be here. We can teach you all the tactics. We can teach you all the skills. We can teach you everything about the analytics and the ins and the outs and all the things. But if you don't feel like you're enough to do this, you'll never do it. And my life has been changed because I let these enemies go. My life has been changed because I connected to mentors like Sean. My life has been changed by the power of video. Whether you take this challenge and you run with it, or whether you decide that you want to be a part of our community, we want you to know you are already enough. You already have it in you because you have greatness inside of you. You have greatness inside of you already. It's already there. It's just ready to come out. And we're here to help you with that. We're here to help you go all in. And this reminds me of our son, Cyrus. It feels crazy. I want to cry when I say that because it's been such a journey to get here. We adopted Cyrus. Oh my gosh, I'm really emotional. Okay. We adopted Cyrus this year. It was a huge thing for our family and it's been a long road. And this reminds me of when he first came into our home. We love swimming. We love swimming. We love going out. We love being at the lake. We love going to the pools. We love the ocean, all of the places. And here's the funny part is Cyrus, it's not funny, but he when he came to us, he said, yeah, I know how to swim. So we went to a pool, and as a mother who was maybe not paying attention as much as I should, we were in the pool, and lo and behold, he did not know how to swim. So he was kind of a fish out of water. I jumped in fully clothed to make sure he didn't drown. And this is how he did his first swimming experience with us. He went in and he we had all these floaties to keep him above water, but we knew that it was like, okay, buddy, it's time to it's time to learn. It's time to get in the water. It's time to really learn how to swim. And here's what it looks like. And this reminds me so much of video. So at first, we got the goggles on and we got the swimsuit on, we got the vest on. All right, we got all the tools. I got everything I need, right? I got my gear, I got my mic, I got my lights, I got everything I need. And the first thing he had to do was put his head under the water. And that first time was not fun. He put his head under and he came up and he's spitting water out and he's rubbing his eyes and it's not fun. It's not what he, it's not the best experience. And that's what it feels like the first couple of times you make video. You're like, dang, this is hard work. Man, that was a lot of energy. Oh man, that took me 5 hours when I thought it was going to take me 1. And that's what it feels like. But then over time, over and over and over, he then started to get comfortable under the water. He started to hold his breath longer under the water. He started to learn how to kick. He started to get some momentum, right? That's what it feels like on YouTube. Sometimes you're just bobbing up and down and you're like, when is this going to work? I'm just up and down, just bobbing. And then all of a sudden, one day, he started to swim. He was like, Mom, look at me. And we're in the pool and he's got his goggles on and no life jacket and no floaties. And he just starts to swim and it looks a little messy and he's just going and he's going, but he did it and he started to swim. And now you can't keep the kid out of the water. He's all in. He knows what he wants to do. He's gotten over his fears. He loves the water. We're taking him swimming all the time. And that's what it feels like when you're doing YouTube. That's what it feels like when you're crushing these enemies. It's scary at first. Looking at that big ocean, when you first get over there, it's scary. Being in a pool for the first time, putting your head under the water, that's scary. Same thing happens here on YouTube. Making video is scary. But remember, it's the people that are going to learn the skills. It's you here today. The people that are going to learn the skills and they're going to use them in creative ways. It's been amazing to see through this pandemic how people are using video. Full-on businesses are shut down right now and they took it all online. Why? Because they have the power of video. Churches shut down, all online. Why? They know the power of video. They're understanding how to build these skills. And that's what we want to share with you. That's why we wanted to create this challenge for you. We want you to have these same skills and go out there and use them in your creative ways. We know you have a message to share. We know it's time. We know it's time for you to go all in. Right now, it's time for you to go all in. Because remember, you have greatness inside of you. It's already there. You already have it. So if you're ready to go all in, I want to hear it in the chat. All in the chat. If you're ready to go all in the chat. And I want to thank you for showing up tonight. I know you had other things you probably could have been doing, but I want to thank you for showing up. It means so much to me. I can't believe this is my job. Like, I can't believe that I get to talk to you and this is what I get paid for. That is amazing. That's what I want for you. I want you to be able to, be out with your kids, hanging out by the pool and then stroll on in, sit down, flip the lights on, get the mic ready and just teach to your people. That's what I want for you too. It's possible. You're almost there. All you have to do is commit and go all in. So let's go ahead and do a recap real quick of what we learned. We learned the 7 mistakes that you're probably making. We're not going to make those anymore. We also learned the enemies that we're not going to have anymore. And then I cannot wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow you're going to learn the Think Media content formula. We're going to share with you our Think Media content formula that you can apply to your next video. You're going to learn the 3 ways to make your YouTube videos better and the mistake that you might be making when you start your video and what to do instead. We have so much more in store for you. I am loving seeing all the chat right now. Melissa and Sean, can you believe all these people ready to go all in tonight after this session? Yes, I'm seeing Catherine all in, Jennifer all in, Orlando all in. I'm seeing Joe all in. Yes, I'm seeing Nate all in. I cannot wait to see what happens after this challenge.
Well, that was so good, Heather. All of us are saying, not only in the chat, but even in our back end, all of our team was like, we're all crying, and all of you guys are just, wow, that was really powerful. There's a couple comments that this is basically a therapy session. What are you doing right now?
You signed up for YouTube, and here you go. Yes,
that was
awesome.
Really, really powerful, Heather. And I actually have a couple of questions. One is from Matthew McCarrick, and he's saying, as Mr. Mom, as somebody with kids at home, with a family, with school, with all these things going on, he feels guilty putting his dreams and his channel as a priority amongst all of those things. So, Heather, can you just speak to him a little bit? I know you have some really—
Yes. And what was his name, Melissa?
Matthew McCarrick.
Matthew. And there's probably other parents right now feeling the same thing. For me, it's mom guilt. So for you, Matthew, it's dad guilt. And first off, I just want to applaud you. And I want to say thank you for leading your family. Oh man, I'm just all emotional when I get into this, because we need more men like you. We need more men who are leading their families well and stepping up and being there for their kids. And so first, Matthew, I just want to say thank you for leading your family. And second, I think there's this paradigm shift that needs to happen with the idea of working parents, especially working moms. I'm speaking to the moms right now too. We want our kids to see us work. Kids need to understand the value of work. And so it is important that they understand, like my kids right now know that mom is sitting doing a live training. They know this. They are in their room right now. They are playing chess together. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes it's Minecraft. Sometimes they're out in the pool with dad. Like there's other things that could be happening right now. I'm a super mom because my kids are playing chess. Yes. Thank you. I will take that. I will own that and I will keep it. But Matthew, it's going to be about your time management. Do the people in your life, your kids, your spouse, whatever, whoever is in your life, do they understand why this is important to you? Number one. And then two, have you made it clear when you are working? Have you made it clear when you need to do videos? Have you made it like a big dream for your whole family, or is it something you're holding into yourself? A lot of times the mom guilt, the dad guilt, those things come from the idea that we feel like we should be with our kids because what we're doing, we're away from them. But at the same time, it's okay. Our kids are going to be fine. It's okay that they know that we're doing this. And if you include them in it, it's even better. So there are sometimes, I mean, this morning we were on a full team call. Now, this isn't for everyone, I understand. But for us and how we run our business and the beauty of being able to run a business and have a YouTube channel is that my kids were in here for the morning meeting that we had. They were all here and that was okay. And sometimes they're right at my feet when I'm doing a coaching session, or maybe, they're helping me set up the lights or whatever that looks like. I'm able to involve them in it. But I would just say first, Matthew, have you communicated the importance of this dream? Because I guarantee that if you keep talking about it over and over and you add structure around it, you add time management around it, you add boundaries around it, right? If it's like taking over your life and you're leaving everyone to the wayside, that's not a positive thing. But at the same time, like it takes work to chase after our dreams. And we want to teach our kids now, instill in them now that things don't just come to you. You have to work for them. And so I want to just implore you, Matthew, as the dad, as the leader, as the person in your family who's doing this, get them on board, have them be a part of the journey. Maybe it takes longer. Parents, guess what? It might take us longer. Single people, you better get your act together because you have all the time in the world right now. Start doing it. But as a father, as a leader, it may take you longer. Maybe you get one video up a week. Maybe you get one video up a month, but you just keep on going. You keep committing to the journey because eventually those tiny steps, right? It's like building a Lego kit, one Lego at a time. And then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, oh my goodness, this whole Lego kit's built. So that's my advice for you, Matthew. Too many moderators. We're like clicking the buttons in the back and we're all just smiling.
Yeah, thanks so much for addressing that, Heather. I personally don't have kids, but I know all of us just have different things that are constantly competing for our time and attention. We feel guilty and we all have to just work through those feelings of sometimes prioritizing our dreams and everything like that. So yeah, I think that's a really, really powerful thing to hit. Sean, I also have a question for you from Eamon. And Eamon is saying, I've been doing this for a while. What if I have 200 videos and still feel like I'm starting messy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's such a great question. And Eamon, I think that I love what Heather just taught about all of us have different journeys. I shared some examples. It's not too late to start YouTube. And you see like Janelle Elena, she only posted 22 videos. She has 2.6 million subscribers. She has more than Think Media, all of our properties combined, in 22 videos. And sometimes you look at those people and you're like, shoot, what's wrong with me? But Heather said it, like, you can't compare yourself to anybody else. You got your own path, your own journey, your own people that you're going to impact. And it makes me think that sometimes we just give up on our dreams too soon. Not that you're thinking about giving up, but it reminds me of Michael Jordan not making his high school basketball team. So it sounds like what I love is that you've committed to 200 videos. But I have a couple of tactical things for you. But the first thing is I will until I've uploaded over 2,000 videos online, whether that's for my church, whether that's personally, whether that's for clients. That's a lot of videos. And 1,500 of those were terrible. It's been like the last 500, that have really done well. I just believed in repetitions. That was what I got in my spirit. I just got in my spirit that I'm going to keep practicing. That, man, if I keep lifting weights, my muscles will get bigger. But if I just read about lifting weights and just do a challenge about lifting weights, but I don't actually put in the work, then I won't get the muscles. Like, they won't actually grow. And clearly I actually haven't been lifting weights. Like, you can see, I've been doing the video reps, not the actual muscle reps, right? But what I would also say, though, and this is huge, lean in YouTube Influence Challenge, is feedback. The reality is, we don't, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So there comes a point, if you've uploaded videos, and so number one, you're in this challenge. You want to be sharpening the saw. Abraham Lincoln put it this way: if you gave me 6 hours to cut down the tree, I'd spend 4 hours sharpening the axe. Think about that. It says that in the book of Ecclesiastes too. It says, what good is it trying to cut down a tree with a dull axe? Sharpen the saw so you cut down the tree faster. You got to level up. It's what Heather said, skills. Where can those come from? I saw so many people in this community that have been a part of Toastmasters. In 2009, you want to talk about me getting better at video? I got better at video by being an intern at my church. Not just because of video, but because I would get up and do announcements, and not do them good. And then afterwards have the youth pastor say, that didn't make sense. That joke wasn't funny. You lost everybody there. You need feedback. You need coaching. I know that could be hard, but I went to Chamber of Commerce 2009 in my city, Marysville, Washington, and I presented my business, Clear Vision Media, and I was like presenting it to plumbers, and I didn't know what to say. I've been working. I've been sharpening the axe. I've been reading books, talk like TED, to become a better speaker. And so you want to talk about uploading videos? I've shared messages. I've done live streams. Live streaming is very uncomfortable, my friend. It's uncomfortable, man. You want to talk about videos are hard enough, and editing them and getting a chance. Live streaming's brutal because you're like out there, whoops, made a mistake. Oh, shoot, my hair. Like, you're out there real time. I want to give you one of Heather's secrets and one of my secrets. We have been committed to this live stream thing for the last 5 years. We've probably done a live stream somewhere at least once a week for the last 5 years. Whether that was in a Facebook group, whether that was on Facebook, whether that was on YouTube, whether that was an Instagram live, whether that, wherever it was, at least once a week. That is 52, in addition to YouTube videos, 52 live streams where we're out there, don't know really how to start, don't know, but think about how that sharpens the saw in real time, and those live streams will make your videos better. I get it. It's messy. I get it. It's scary. And what people wonder is, well, if I go live and what if nobody's there? The live stream when you're starting is not for them. It's for you. You got to practice in public. You got to start messy. And my friend, when you're saying you feel like you're still starting messy at video 200, we still feel like we're starting messy. And I don't want to that's not just because you're doing this challenge. Clearly you have Think Media. I just posted a video on the ultimate podcast setup, and the audio was all messed up on a video about audio. My fault. Tech expert. I got torn apart in the comments. People are like, what are you even saying? And I was like, oh my gosh, Heather just did a couple live stream videos, amazing videos. And by the way, Haters Math added value to people. People in the comments are like, yeah, well, you missed this part. You missed. And here's the truth with haters. Sometimes they're actually not hating. They're pointing out your legitimate mistakes. You know what I mean? And so you got to be willing to fail forward. Failures are stepping stones to success. Every video you've put out is a stepping stone where sometimes you win, but sometimes you learn, and it's an education. And all the critics or haters, whether vocal or not around you, they're not doing anything. They're just sitting on the couch critiquing people that are in the game. You're putting out videos, you're getting better. You're putting out live streams, you're getting better. And it makes me think about my journey. It's been 10 years. I think about Heather's journey. Her video journey's been like 5 years back when we met on Twitter. But she's been punching fear in the face, doing business, starting small businesses and running different things and trying to present herself and doing sales. We've been scared, freaked out, trying, failing just for years. And I hope if you take anything from this challenge, and I know a lot of us are going to stay connected and there's more, but look, this might be, if this was the last session you watch, here's what I want you to take away from this whole thing. A resilient commitment to keep trying, keep investing, and keep going for your dreams. If you don't quit, you win. If you don't quit, just never to quit. You might pivot. Look, we're going to talk, by the way, we're going to have a session where Heather and I talk about our failures. That's coming up in a few days. We're just going to talk about the list, my friends. We don't have enough time on the internet to talk about how many failures we've had in our life, but we both have made a commitment, and the rest of the Think Media team is just to not quit. It's to just keep learning. And so every video I just believe is a deposit to get better. Let me just be really transparent as I pass the mic and not be long-winded. I'm not even taking Heather's advice, friends. She's like, look, it's talking sound bites. I guess I founded Think Media, so I get it. But okay, so I just did a speech and I talked on stage, and I've done that a lot. And I'm pretty confident in speaking on stage now because I've done it so much. But I just spoke at an event and I got the surveys back. And the year before, I was one of the highest rated speakers, and I just got the surveys back and I was one of the lowest rated speakers. And not only that, I read through every single sentence and paragraph that picked apart my talk, that told me about why it was too fluffy and I messed up here, and there's these different parts, and there was like the content wasn't dialed, and they just went through piece by piece. And sometimes some of people were maybe in a bad mood. I'm like defending myself. I'm like, yo, hey, bro, you're on edge. But a lot of it was true. We all fall on our faces. I was one of the lowest rated speakers. I was crushed. And I'm sure you've had those times you put out a video and you're like, the reason the hate hurts is it's not even hate. It's true. But here's what I want to encourage you with. You're in the game. You're trying, you're learning, you're leaning in, and you got to put out bad videos to get to your good videos. So congrats on 200. Get feedback, because you don't want to just keep posting without someone sharpening it and telling you what you can improve, which is maybe through coaching or Toastmasters or joining like an online course or a different community or whatever. Like there's a lot of different ways, Facebook group, and obviously we can't address everybody in this, but keep going. If you don't quit, you win.
Yeah, I think that's another thing. Again, like all of these are questions I think we all can really relate to. And I see people in the chat just saying like, all three of those are my enemies. All three of those are the things that I really struggle with. And as we're going through this, I hope it's encouraging for you guys to see that in the comments, to see how many different people are struggling with the exact same things and how many people are standing up. And I've saw so many people saying, I'm doing it. I'm recording a video tonight because I am going to punch these fears in the face. So thanks so much, Heather, because that is just incredibly, there's so much inspiring stuff going on in the chat right now, but people saying like, I'm actually going to tackle this tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You've unlocked these fears that I've had and been denying. A lot of people said, I've been denying these for a long time and now I can't anymore. So yeah, I hope that's encouraging to all of us to see we're all here. We're all struggling with really similar things. We're all in the same boat. It just looks different for all of us, but ultimately we're struggling with a lot of the similar things deep down inside. And we are going to rise up together and fight.
Yes.
So,
Melissa, I need to ask you a question, and I'm putting you right on the spot. And, but here's the thing too, is I'm so proud of you. Melissa's been on the Think Media team for a couple of years now. And even her being on this challenge, she's been on the Think Media Q&A show the last couple of weeks, and she has been crushing it. And people have been saying, wow, Melissa, her confidence. But Melissa, you just have been getting on camera. You did not want to get on camera. Heather's like, no, you're great. And I'm like, Melissa, you got to do this. Especially, I was like, we need help on the Q&A show. I don't even know if you're ready. You got to start messy. No, you've been in this. You've been like on your Instagram stories, even continually stretching yourself more and more. You're a newer member to the team in terms of you haven't been around 5 years like Heather. And so you've been going through these very enemies. What have you learned, and how are you even coming across with the confidence that you have on camera now? Because here's what people have been thinking in the chat. They're like, oh yeah, this is just like what Melissa does. This is like, oh, she's just got this thing dialed, which is not the case. People don't realize that you're poop your pants scared. You know what I mean? You literally have been pushed. And we're I'm like, I pay you, so you don't have a choice. You got to do this. So please break down some of your tips for people of how you've been building confidence.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So Sean talks about how this is uncomfortable for me and then puts me on screen to answer a question. Thank you, Sean. But this is actually the reason I think that I have been growing is because I have been forcing myself to do it. And I was actually just talking to somebody in chat about this, that, Heather tells a story of how she started by posting Snapchats because she forced herself to do it every single day. It was low risk. There wasn't a lot of people watching it. And so she posted Snapchats. It would be gone in 24 hours if, it was super cringy. And that's the same, strategy that I started taking with Instagram stories. I just forced myself to do it. And ultimately I had to realize that people didn't care. Like nobody cared if I sounded a little awkward or if I didn't say that thing right. And I really had to take myself and I had to realize that what the message I had to share with people was so much more important than, my critiquing myself and my mistakes and, not looking as good on camera as I want and all those things that I fight. My message is so much more important than that. And people see through all of those things. And I struggle with it every single day, but just forcing myself to post Instagram stories, every day, even if I wasn't feeling it, and to go on camera. And when Sean asked me to do the Q&A show, like he mentioned, he was very sneaky about it. It was kind of like, oh yeah, Mel will jump on for this one. And then all of a sudden I'm on all of them all the time. And I didn't realize what I was getting into, but that has been one of the biggest blessings for me and just growing in my my confidence, my understanding that, again, all of this disappears except for what you leave people with in terms of the knowledge and the feeling that you give people. That's most important. And thirdly, just that, this is my message that I want to give. I want to be here encouraging you guys. I want to have the opportunity to level up. So yes, I am scared, and you can probably hear it in my voice sometimes that I'm, a little bit nervous, but I'm just so grateful for this opportunity, and I don't want to let that opportunity pass me by. And so if you guys have the opportunity right now to be making videos, if you have a passion inside of you and you have a message to share, that is not common. Not everybody has that. Not everybody has something that they want to share with the world and a mission that they know that they are on. And so that is a huge blessing. And you need to honor that by pushing past your fear, getting on camera, starting messy, and it'll get better. And I know we all say that, and I know it can sound like, you're just going to brush it off, but it will get better. Even if you just start with making Instagram stories, whatever that step is for you, just start. That was a lot. I'm sorry, Sean, but you gave me the opportunity to speak to my story, and that's it.
No, Mel, that's amazing. And what really stood out to me there is that you said it's the message that matters. Heather was talking about it's the person on the other side of the camera. And it's sometimes even, a good motivation that it's not just being self-conscious. It's actually being audience conscious. It's being about what happens if I don't raise my voice? What happens if I don't share this message? What happens if somebody doesn't know about my product? Like for you business owners, for your entrepreneurs, what happens if someone's life is not impacted by what I have to give? And it's that conviction to say, I'm going to start messy. And even if this is awkward. And what I love it is that you're so real, and we're so afraid that people are going to judge our ums or our mistakes. We all got them. They're going to judge the weird hair things or the dark circles or whatever that we all got them, man. We all got stuff. And even some people were asking in the comments today, well, what if people do judge me? There was a great question about if for my Asian American accent, what if people judge me for it? And I said, they will. Mm-hmm. But guess what? People judge Heather as well. And I'm empathetic to that. They judge Mel as well. People judge me every single day. Thank God for the Think Media team. We get vicious emails, Sean, this, that, whatever, or comments. People will be like, dude, what's wrong with your hair, bro? People will judge you in a personal way. Mm-hmm. But you're the courageous one that's more focused on your mission and who you're going to impact. And that's just got to block out the haters. Mm-hmm. I love it because, listen, haters hate. Meaning, think about it. That's what they do. Complainers complain. Haters hate. There's also people who encouragers encourage. Mm-hmm. Leaders lead. Parents parent. Haters hate. So haters are going to come and go. Great. That's not our vibe. We believe in life and building people up. And that's the culture of this group. I've seen so many of you mention this is a family. That's how we feel. Think Media is a family, our community. We feel like your family. If you want to vibe with us, you're welcome. We have open doors, but our culture, our open doors are because this is a community of love and encouragement and grace and belief. And, you know, we have about a 1 second attention span. If there's a hater, and we'll say, hey, that's not what we do here. But if haters hate, well, then you can go somewhere else and act that way. But we're going to be a community that builds up. Look, you're going to have a lot of opposition on the journey. All great leaders have. And sometimes it's deserved. Like, it's like, we're going to make mistakes, man, you know, and like, nobody needs more people pointing out mistakes. We need more people that are encouraging. Anyways, you're amazing, Mel. Heather, that was such a powerful session. Mel, tell us what's coming up next.
Yeah, so what's coming up next is a lot more powerful sessions like this, but specifically we have tomorrow, 9:50 a.m. Be on here for the giveaway. And Sean has everything ready for the 10 a.m. session, but 9:50 a.m. is really fun. We get to hang out for a few minutes and do giveaways and just kind of catch up and go over what's been going on. So be here at 9:50 a.m., set a timer, put it on your calendar. You know, that's my favorite part of the session because I get to give you things for free. So be on at 9:50. And then we have our session at 10 a.m., which Sean will hype up a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, the tomorrow session is going to be huge because at the end of the day, what's going to succeed or fail on YouTube is your content, right? Is actually pressing record and putting out good videos. And so the training tomorrow is no miss. Get ready. Look, these all build. None of the trainings should be missed. And in this Facebook group, there is a tab in mobile below, and on the right side on desktop, you can either click units or you can click videos. And you could get to the past videos, catch up, stay caught up. You know, even if you're going to catch up on the weekend, you're going to just be disciplined to go through all the content because these sessions will build and build and build and build. And we're going to do our best. We'll send the text message out and the emails out, but there might be some deliverability issues. So you can come to this Facebook group and either click the videos tab is the best tab, and you'll see the little red icon that says live. And so make sure to be here for the giveaway and get ready to take notes and to keep going on the YouTube Influence Challenge. Hey, shout out your biggest aha moment. So many have been shared. And, you know, Antonio just said perfectionism and you've been shouting it out, but let us know your aha moment. That kind of lets us put into words what we're going to put into action. Okay, that was my unlock. That was my thing. That was my moment. That's the thing that could potentially, I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life. And shout out Mel and Heather. And I just want to appreciate them publicly too. Not only did Heather prepare this session, but she has been like doing crazy stuff. And this challenge has not just been the 4 sessions we've done. Mel and Heather have been working for the last 20 days, day and night. We all as a team to put this together for you. And this isn't like, you know, just like, hey, praise us, you know, but it's just letting you know, like, we have a heart of service. And I don't know of 2 more committed leaders that are not just committed to Think Media, they're committed to serving people. Like, they really love you. Their motivation is love. And so the level of just exhaustion and energy and sacrifice and investment and time and love and the little details. And so please shout out some appreciation to Heather, to Mel, of course, the whole Think Media team. You'll see Alina and Jordan in the comments. And, you know, on behalf of the team, if I could just say too, for those that are here, look, we love what you've been so encouraging, so, you know, inspiring. And so, you know, most people in the group have good attitudes, but, you know, for some people, we get messages that are like, why aren't you answering my emails instantly? Or like, why don't you do this? And if I can just step up as the leader of this movement and just say, look, don't mess with my people, man. Like, you don't mess with them because we are working hard. They're working hard. And we're a small team of 11. And by the way, they're not all answering emails. We have people doing videos or handling things or managing other things. A very small team, you know, there's about 12,000 people in this group. People are still coming in. There's about 20,000 people that have signed up for this group. It is impossible that we're going to be able to answer your email quick. If you do get an answer, please be grateful. So look, we're here to serve you. I'm not trying to say that we don't want to help, but I'm just saying, take a chill pill, bro. If you send any negativity towards any of the people in the community, we don't mind you even criticizing. It's not some weird culture. If you're just like, hey, could you do this better? Could you help? Because we want constructive criticism wrapped in kindness. I would ask you to please be a decent human. Don't be stupid. Be kind, be nice. and realize that literally Jordan, Alina, Mel, Heather, Tony, you know, and then Isaiah and Nolan and Omar, you're going to have the tech team tomorrow. We're pouring our lives out because in the middle of this pandemic, we want to help. This challenge is free. Okay. I know you upgraded to VIP, maybe got the starter kit, but you didn't have to. It's a free challenge. You're sensing a little bit of fire. All I'm saying is just be nice, man. That's our values. Okay. Is that we're encouraging, we're uplifting, we build up. We're not like a yes men culture. You can say, like, you can disagree in kindness. What am I asking for? Be a decent human being, please. And if you don't want to follow the rules, terms, guidelines in the group or anything, and if and you're not down with that, cool, you can find another group. You can find another challenge, and we bless you on your journey. We take our peace with us. But look, I'm not trying to exacerbate that point. I know all of you are, most of you, 99% of this community is amazing, encouraging. And I just got to honor Melissa and honor Heather, especially because they're two incredible leaders. And I can't even imagine. By the way, we're only at day 2 of this challenge. People are like, you're only 2 days in the challenge. No, they're 22 days into the challenge to get it set up, to get it built out, to deal with the fires. And so spread love and appreciation. And they're so grateful. We're so grateful. We're so grateful we're connected to you, whether you've been a part of Think Media for 5 years or for 5 minutes and you just are joining. Man, we're on this journey together. YouTube changed our lives. Online video changed our lives. It changes churches. It changes nonprofits. It changes businesses. And it's never been more important than ever before. So we felt convicted that we had to do this YouTube Influence Challenge just to get this momentum, to get this spark, and to get these strategies and tactics in your life. So don't miss a session. Stay committed. And shout out Heather and Mel, and follow them on Instagram, Miss Heather Torres and Shopman Market on Instagram as well, because there's some amazing people that you definitely need to connect with.
I don't even know what to say. That was too much, but oh man, yeah. I do want to just say, like, this community is so amazing, and I'm so grateful for everybody that is so supportive and encouraging to each other in this group. But yeah, I'm going to end it at that. This is a lot for today that I'm feeling, and I'm so grateful to everybody.
That's awesome. Well, hey, we would love to know your aha moment. So I am going to be posting another, what was your aha moment from this session inside of the group. Let us know. I love to hear the feedback of what you're getting your breakthroughs with. And again, you can share this still with your friends. We're still open for people who would like to come into this. You can share out the link tubeinfluence.com. You can send them to Sean's social media. You can send them to Think Media. They will hear about it if they touch us at all anywhere on the internet. So I would just like to say, let us know what your aha moments are. Mel, we have more giveaways tomorrow, right? What's the giveaway tomorrow, Mel?
Can we tease some things? Yeah. Okay, so we have a really, really fun headset, which is, it seems a little bit odd, but we have these soundproof studio headphones coming from Shure. And the reason I'm excited about these is because, as Sean mentioned, when you're editing videos, it's also really important to be able to hear accurately what your video sounds like. And so these headphones, if you are a parent and you've got kids running around in the background, you've got people yelling, you have people screaming, these headphones will block out all the noise and let you focus and let you hear what's actually going on in your video. So that's going to be one of the really fun video giveaways we have tomorrow. And these are top of the line headphones from Shure. So I'm excited about that. We also have more vidIQ and more Rev vouchers to give you guys. And honestly, we have some other fun things that I don't think I'm going to say quite yet. I think I'm going to keep a couple things. Yeah, because they're getting better and better.
Yeah. We're doing some super giveaways. Yeah. Right? As we start getting into day 6.
Yeah. So if you
day
stick
7,
around,
day 8 even, and we have some super giveaways coming out. We'll have some days where we do a lot. Remember, you are going to be increasing your chances when you take action on the challenge, because we want you to be challenging yourself and stepping out. So every day, Heather is going to be giving you a challenge, and tomorrow it's going to get real. So get ready. Get some sleep tonight too, wherever you are in the world. Get rested up. Come on, stay hydrated. This is a little marathon, right? We're marathoning through 7 days of focused intensity, 7 days of momentum to change your life, business, and YouTube channel. And so, man, great night. Smash like if you got value out of today. Smash the heart button if you got value out of this session. Click right on this video, and we can't wait to see you in the next session. All right, y'all. Peace.